Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. In today's lecture, we are going to learn how to build image generation AI application using Flutter and OpenAI. So, first of all, let me create a new Flutter project. The project name is Image Generation AI. Platforms will be only Android and iOS. Let me uncheck others. So Android Studio is creating a new Flutter project. Here you can see the basic Flutter project is ready. So first of all, let me remove some extra code and comments. Now we need to create a screen. Let me show something. Here is the screenshot of our application screen. You can see we will create like this. Here user will be type anything in the image he want to generate, and when click the button, the application will generate image for user, right? Now you can see this application is in dark mode. First of all, we need to set our theme according with dark. Right, here you can see in color scheme we will set brightness to dark. Brightness dark. Now our application is in dark mode. Let me change the title. Image generation app. Right. Let me remove debug banner. Right. Now we need to create this screen. In order to create a screen, here we will create a new folder inside lib. New directory, yeah, or you can say it folder or directory. Screens, and inside screens we will create our new directory, name it as home screen. Now inside this home folder we will create a new dart file, home screen. Here inside home screen, first of all we will import material package. Now we will create here stateful widget. In order to create stateful widget, there is a shortcut STF, right? Home screen. Let me return here scaffold. Right. Now here in home property home, let me give the my home screen. Right. It means when application will started, first of all our home screen will be called, right? So let me give a background. You can see inside this background, right? So our background will be our background color blue gray dot shade 900, right? This is the background of our scaffold. Now inside scaffold, first of all we will create our app bar. Right. Here you can see the title of app bar, image generation app. Let me give this title text image generation app. Let me center the title true. Now our app bar is ready. Let me test the application. Here you can see application has been launched successfully. You can see the background of the app bar. Let me change this one. Background blue gray with shade 800. Here you can see this is looking good. Now our app bar is ready. Now we will create our body. Here body, let me give column. Inside column there are different children's. Now you can see this screenshot. Basically our whole screen is divided into our body part is divided into two parts. First one is this area where image and this text is showing, right? And another part is bottom part. You can see there is a text field and a button, right? So first of all we will create this bottom part, our text box and button, right? Now this is column. Here first part will be expanded widget. Inside expanded there will be a list view, right? This is our first part. Here you can see image and text part, right? This is you can see this is an expanded widget. It means when we will create this bottom area, this text field and button, and the remaining part of the screen will be taken by this expanded widget, right? It will automatically cover the all the remaining place, right? All the remaining area. Now let me create our bottom area, text field and a button. So it will be in a row. Inside row we will create here our text field and a button. So in you can see this is a custom text field, right? Now we will create this by our own method. First of all, expanded, it will be inside expanded because it will take whole the place. Here you can see inside row this is button and remaining whole place will be taken by this expanded widget, right? This is expanded widget, right? Here we will create a container in order to give the decoration, right? So for in the decoration, box decoration, here border radius will be 50, right? And the color will be blue gray with shade 800, right? So here inside this we will give text field, right? Let me give decoration to the text field and put decoration. Hint will be which image you want to generate, right? Here you can see in a bottom, right? Now let me change the hint style. Hint style will be text style. Font weight will be font weight W300, right? You can see this is looking good. Now there is a default border at the bottom of text field. Let me remove this border. It will be none, right? Now we are good. Let me give some padding in our container. Padding constant symmetric horizontally 500 horizontal 15, sorry, 15. No, you can see it is looking good. Now let me move forward to create our this button, right? Here let me give some space with sized box width 10. Here we will create our elevated button. On press. For now we will for now it will be empty. In child it will be an icon send. Icon send, you can see here. Now we will change its style. Elevated button style form. Background color will be green with shade 800, and foreground color will be white, right? You can see the changes. Now we will give it size. Fixed size, constant size. Size will be 50 width and 50 height, right? Now it is looking good. Now we need to give padding, right? You can see it is there is no padding, right? We can give a padding. We can wrap this row with padding widget. Padding, right? Symmetric, we will give symmetric. Horizontally 15 and vertically 5. No, it is good. You can see it is okay, right? Our this part is okay. Now one thing is remaining. Here we need input. We need a variable. Variable text editing controller, right? This is a variable controller. We will give this controller to this text field, right, in order to handle with this input. When user will press the elevated button, then we need to get the whole text inside this text field. We will get this text in the help of this controller. Controller name as input, right? Let me remove const and right, we are okay. Now our this bottom part is ready. We can hide this, right? Now when user will click this button, after that it will show an image generated by AI here. Now we will create this part. Inside the list view, we will create an image. Inside image there will be a network image, right? There will be a URL. We will give the URL later, right? When we will handle the backend part, then we will handle this part, right? For now you can leave it as it is, right? So you can see after image there is a text, right, with padding, right? Text, we will give the text later. So you can see our basic UI is ready. Now we will move toward our backend part. So we will write our backend part inside another folder. Let me make a new directory, name it as network. Inside network we will create our dart file API client. You can name you can change its name. There is no restriction. Class API client. So in order to move forward, we need to add HTTP package. Here is a package name HTTP. You can read its documentation, right? I hope you all know how to add a new package in a Flutter. This is command flutter pub add HTTP. Right, our HTTP package has been added. Here is the documentation. You can see, if you have seen our previous tutorial regarding ChatGPT, you all know what is this, right? This is a documentation of OpenAI. You can open this URL, right? It will show you all the documentation here. First of all, we need the link. This is a link. Here you can copy. Here we will create a variable constant static URL. Name it as URL. Paste this one. Sorry, static constant URL. Right. This is our URL. Now here we will create a function post request. Here user will pass a prompt. You can say prompt, message, or anything you want. Required string prompt, right? This function will be an async function, right? Async function, because this is async function, so it will return something. We can return map. Here we will return map, future map, type string dynamic. It will return a map or null. So here we will use symbol null, right? Now here we will write our code regarding API. We will write this code in try catch block. Here we will handle HTTP exception in catch, right? Now if there is any issue, there is any exception, there is any error, we will handle this in catch block, right? We can here debug print e dot message. So here when user will hit this API and for example there is an error, there is an internet connection issue or something, we will return null, right? So here we will start our API code. First of all, we will make a variable response. You can name it as response, result, or anything you want. Await. Here there is a function inside our HTTP package. Function name is post function. Here we will pass all the parameters. The first parameter is URL, right? We cannot paste direct our URL. We will parse it using URI.parse. Here we will give our URL, right? After that we need to pass headers, right? In our case there are two headers. Let me pass headers. Here we can pass headers. First header is content type. The content type is application JSON, right? The second header is authorization, right? Here we will pass barrier, and after that we need our API key. Here we will paste our API key because let me open the documentation. Here you can see we cannot hit this API without authorization, right? We need authorization, and for the authorization we need OpenAI API key, right? You can see, and this is necessary, and we can generate this OpenAI key here. You can see here the link platform.openai.com API keys. You cannot access this page without login. First of all, you need to create account on OpenAI website. Then after that you can access this page, right? Here you can see create new secret key button. You can click here and you will name your API, your key, and you click on create secret key. Then you will see your secret key here. You can just copy and paste your key here, right? But this is not a good practice to paste your API key directly here, right? If you have seen my previous tutorial regarding ChatGPT, you all know how to handle this API key. This is not a good practice to paste your secret information, your secret keys here direct in code. We should use it more securely, right? For this purpose we will use a Flutter package here, flutter.env. This is a package flutter.env, right? So let me add this package in our Flutter project. Flutter pub add flutter.env. Right, our package has been added. Now we will see the documentation of flutter.env. Here is the documentation. First of all, we need to create .env file in our project root folder. Here you can generate a new file .env, right? So inside .env you can here you can paste your secret key, right? Let me name it as API key here. Now here you can paste your API key. Here you can see I just pasted my secret key here. Now you can close this file, right? Now let us see the documentation. Here is all the documentation how you can use this. First of all, we need to include this in assets, our pubspec.yaml file. Here you can see asset. Let me uncomment this. Here let me add .env, right, and click pubget. Now we are done. Let me see documentation how to use this one. And first of all, our main function will call. After that we need to add this line, right? Let me copy and paste in main function. Here you can paste this line, right? Now let me import package, and because this is await, now we need to add async, right? This part is okay. Now how we can access that API key here. Let me see the method. This is the method how you can get your API key. Let me use this here. Right, let me import the package. Import. Right. Okay. Now here we will give our variable name. You can see in .env file our key is API key, right? API key, right. Now we are good to go. Our header part is complete. Now you can see in the documentation there is a body part. We need to fill all these inside body. Let me copy. Yes. Now inside body there is a function JSON encode. Right. Here we can paste our body part. Right. First of all, let me explain this. First of all, this is a model. So we are using model Dell E3, right? You can read about this in documentation. Everything here you can see, right? Dell E3, and second one is prompt. In prompt, the user will type a prompt. Here you can see a cute baby sea otters, right? So it will generate an image of a cute baby, right? But here we will give this prompt that user will input prompt, right? Third one is n. N mean numbers of images, right? Last one is size. Here you can see the size. Here you can see our headers and body part is ready. Now after that we will check if the status code of the response is 200. It means our operation is successful, our request is successful, right? And we will get our data. Let me check this one. If response dot status code is equal to 200, it means we are successful. And here we will print whole data that we will get. Debug print. You can use a simple print or debug print as you want. Debug print response dot body. It will print whole response here, right? But we need to convert our whole response into JSON. JSON is same as the map. You can see here map. Now first of all we need to convert our response into JSON. Final JSON, and there is a function JSON decode. Here you can paste your body, so it will convert whole our body into JSON format, right? If you see the response, this is the response, right? Here we don't need all the response, we need just this data, and inside data the first object, right? First object of the data, right? Let me return JSON, and in JSON we need data, and inside data we need first one, right? Now we are done, and for example our response code is 200, then this part will be executed and it will return the data. And for example the stated code is not 200, then we will return null, right? Now our API part is ready. We are in home screen. Let me create a new function, name it as send request. Right, it will be an async function. Async function. Here, first of all, we will create a new variable, name it as loading. Its default value will be false. After that, we need another variable to handle the response, right? Because you can see in API client, it will return us a map, right? That is why we need to create a map variable. Map string dynamic, name it as response data, and it will be empty. Default value will be empty, right? Now here, when user will click the button, this is a button. When user will click this button, the send request uh, function will be called. And first of all, we need to change the value of loading into true, right? Then we will call this function of API client, this function, and let me make this function static, because when the function is static, then we can call this function directly by its class name, right? Now here, let me create a variable response await API client dot post request, and inside prompt we will pass our input value, input dot text, right? Now there are two possibilities. This response can be a null or a map, right? Now we will check if response response not is equal to null. Not is equal to null, it means our request is successful and we got a data, right? In this case, let me update our response data variable to response, right? This response data is this variable, right? It will update it, and after that it will empty the input field, right? It is clear the empty field, input dot clear, right? And we just missed one thing, and after this request we should pass the value of loading. Let me copy and paste it here, right? Here we will change its value to false, right? Here our request part is ready. Now for example, when user have something in the text box and click this button, we need to show loading, a circular progress indicator, right? We will show it here, right at the place of this button. Here we will write our condition. For example, loading value is true, then we will show circular progress indicator, else it will show this button, right? I hope you all understand this, right? And here, if you remember, we leave this part here. Now we will update this part. You can see inside expanded, for example, when user open application first time, right? it should show a message, welcome message, right? We can see initial value of response data is empty. Here we will write condition if a response data is empty, right? Then it will show message center. It will show in text box a message welcome, right? And in else part we will write other code. For example, response data is empty, then we will show only this text at center. And for example, there is a data in response data, then we will show this list view, right? And inside list view, here in network image we will update this value response data URL. There is a URL, you can see it here, URL. It will show the link of the generated image here, right? For now leave it same as it is, right? So there is another issue you can see inside API client. The size of image is 1024 cross 1024. This is a large image. So if our internet connection is slow, then it will take time to load this image, right? So we need to show some loading when image is in loading state, right? Here inside image there is a property loading builder, right? We can use this loading builder, right? Its first parameter is context, second parameter is child or widget child, and third one is progress, right? Here this is context, you know all about this context. And child means this one, this network image means child. And third one is progress tell us the loading of image 1%, 2%, and up to 100%. It will show loading progress. Now we need to return widget here. First of all, return. Here we will create our container. For example, there when image is in loading state, then we will show this container, and inside container we will give a color. First of all, we will give a height 400 and color will be gray with shade 700, right? And then alignment center, and in child sized box height 70 and width 70. Child will be circular progress indicator, right? Now we will check here. For example, and we can see inside progress dot cumulated bytes is equal to progress dot expected total bytes. If they are equal, right, it means our image has been loaded successfully. Then we will return here our child, right? And for example, in else condition our image is not loading 100%, right? Then we will show our loading here, right? I hope you all got it. Progress dot cumulated loaded bytes means the loaded bytes, and expected total bytes. If they are equal, it means our image has been loaded 100%. Then it will show the image. This child means image. And if image is not loaded 100%, then we will show our a box with background color and the circular progress indicator, right? So inside a circular progress indicator, we need to show when image will be loading, it will show as clockwise with progress, right? We need to show the progress here. It's in its value, right? Its value. So how we can show this? We can show this like progress dot accumulated loaded divided by progress dot total bytes, expected total bytes, right? In this way we can show the loading, this progress bar, right? Let me give the stroke width to 8 or 5, right? Now our this part is ready. Now let me test the application. So let me type some prompt here. A cute baby in a beautiful garden. Let me test this. Right, you can see we are successful. You can see it has generated an image for us, right? Now let me see the log here. Here you can see everything. Here is the whole response from API. We just used this URL. This is the URL of the image, right? And before this there is another key, revised prompt. We can get all this text by using this revised prompt key, right? Let me use this here. You can see it here inside this text response data, and here use this key, right? You can see we are successful here. This is the text. Let me give the some padding to this text. Padding will be 15, right? So you can see we have successfully created our application. I hope you all are happy to learn this one. Okay, thanks.